everybody, and welcome to Movie Recaps with Brit. Today, we will be taking a look at a movie titled First They Killed My Father. Without further ado, let's get started. The film takes place in 1975 in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. After the Vietnam War, Americans have left Phnom Penh, previously a neutral zone. City residents are excited for a peaceful life without violence. Amidst celebrations is the Ung family of 9. Father Pa, a National Armed Forces officer, is wealthy and cares for his family. This movie's protagonist, Loung, is an ambitious little child. The Ung family experiences a typical day, unaware of their future. People celebrate the end of war and return of peace. Unbeknownst to them, the Khmer Rouge, a communist party, plans to attack. Khmer Rouge army interrupts celebrations, urging immediate evacuation. Like others, the Ung family must pack and abandon their possessions. Cambodian troops are disarmed to prevent backlash. Communists take control of the city and its people. Thousands become refugees, seeking safety in countryside camps. The Ung family drives to join the crowd, but rebels halt them. Rebels ask them to abandon their vehicle after a half-hour drive. The rebels claim their car will slow them, and will be used much more effectively by the soldiers. Pa complies to ensure his family's safety, regardless of the apparent robbery. Later the rebels segregate commoners from government workers on the way, for fear of spies. Due to this, Pa fears his army affiliation might lead to danger. So, he secretly burns his state card at night to hide his identity. Loung observes but doesn't grasp the severity. Believing they'll soon return home, she remains oblivious to the gravity of the situation. After 3 exhausting days, Loung stops, questioning the journey's duration. Pa explains they won't return home soon but reassures her safety. Hours later, they reach a checkpoint where soldiers take their belongings. Loung's cherished dress is discarded, and their money is confiscated. The rebels plan to establish a new rule in Cambodia, eliminating social classes and money, aiming for equality. To evade detection, Pa lies about his job while observing colleagues taken hostage for their government ties. Later, the family arrives in the countryside, which contrasts with their previous city life. Loung notices monks compelled to work in fields. Amid panic, they spot their farmer uncle, Lee, in the crowd, there to assist them. He brings them to his home, where they can stay and start a new life. Little Loung notices the modest house and mentions her uncle's poverty. Her father explains their own family's financial struggles and the need to adapt. A while later, Loung learns that Uncle Lee supports the communist group, believing they'll protect them from the Americans. She's bothered that he backs those who displaced them but stays silent. The next day, they must leave again as their past military connection could endanger Lee's family due to rebel threats. Understanding Lee's difficult position, the Ungs prepare to head to the nearest refugee camp. They're picked up at night and arrive by morning. However, the camp reveals itself as prison-like with strict communist rules. They are asked to dye their clothes black for equality, the girls' hair is cut, and they're divided into labor groups. All refugees, young and old, toil in the fields, but rebels take the harvest, leaving scraps for the refugees. One night, Loung sees a fellow refugee executed for using unauthorized modern medicine to cure his ailing son. After 2 challenging months, the family grows weak and sick. In the next scene, a call for help comes as the communist army requires young refugees, hence, the 3 eldest children of Ung are taken to join. They tearfully say goodbyes to one another. Now with only her parents and 3 siblings, Loung believes her life is at its lowest, unaware of the upcoming challenges. Life continues as usual, with children working long hours in the field without sustenance. During harvest, Loung's sister sneaks a bean and faces punishment. Luckily, the rebel doesn't report to the leader. At night, Pa secretly saves some rice for emergencies. The family eats roasted crickets, pretending it's their mother's chicken soup. That night, Loung dreams of ribs, so she impulsively consumes the emergency rice. In the morning, her brother scolds her for eating the rice, but Pa supports her and comforts her. With time, they receive distressing news. One of Young's siblings dies in a fight. Loung witnesses her mother's grief and reflects on the past. The death affects the family, and before they can recover, another challenge arises. Pa must leave to repair a bridge, and it's understood that his return is uncertain. Tearfully, the parents bid farewell as the kids watch, not grasping the gravity. That night, Loung envisions her father's death at the hands of rebels. And is cast into a pit among corpses. She sheds a tear, realizing she won't see him again. Weeks later, no food is given for 2 days. To feed them, the mother suggests stealing from a garden, but it goes wrong, when her son is caught and beaten. Frustrated, the mother advises them to flee, find better camps, and pretend to be orphans, keeping their true identity hidden for survival. Within the hour, each child takes a family photo and departs, leaving their mother and youngest sibling. At sunrise, they find a desecrated statue of a god. They pray before Loung's brother sets out, embarking on his journey alone. Later, the girls meet soldiers who guide them to the nearest camp a few miles away. Upon arrival, Loung discovers it's a camp for children, focusing on communist teachings. She and her sister assume false names and integrate with the other kids. Now treated as future rebels, their living conditions improve. They follow structured schedules and receive disciplined training instead of constant labor. Impressed by Loung's sociability and determination, the head soldier transfers her to a camp for military training. Here, she learns combat skills, shooting, and mine crafting. Given a chance one faithful day to visit her sister for a short while, she hurriedly takes some food with her, and sneaks to her original camp instead, hoping to find her mother. To her surprise, both the camp and her home are empty. She envisions her mother among corpses and her sibling in tears. Later, a woman who sees her explains that the soldiers killed the weak ones and relocated the rest. Their whereabouts are unknown, and even if her mother's alive, meeting her is impossible. Helplessly, the girl returns to her camp. That night, the camp faces a Vietnamese shelling attack. Explosions and chaos ensue, prompting everyone to escape to the woods. Many young children perish, unprepared for real warfare. Loung seeks her sister amid the turmoil but can't find her. The camps are eventually destroyed, and civilians scatter to escape the war. The next day, they search for safety. Surprisingly, Loung reunites emotionally with both her siblings. After hours of walking, they find a temporary refugee camp managed by Vietnamese troops. The wounded receive modern medical care, regardless of their affiliation. Children befriend another group and decide to rest for that day. Their respite is brief because hours later, the camp is attacked by the communists in retaliation. Innocent civilians flee into the woods, encountering mines laid by Loung and her friends during training. She witnesses casualties resulting from the explosions and blames herself. The scene shocks her, prompting introspection about her experiences. She grasps that violence has stolen her childhood and resolves to improve her life. In the next scene, the fight ends, and refugees construct their camp. They've apprehended a communist terrorist, publicly shaming him for his actions. Young Loung can't escape empathy for the man, seeing her father in him. Despite others leaving him to die, she stays, reflecting on her family and comparing their fates. A few weeks later, life improves as Vietnamese troops defeat the rebels. The family reunites as the two older brothers, who managed to survive the camps, come back in search of their relatives. In the final scene, they are all grown up, and are grateful for survival in harsh conditions. Thank you for watching our movie recap. While it may seem simple, it actually took a lot of hard work and dedication to produce. If you enjoyed the video, we kindly ask you to show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you'll stay updated on our latest content and help us continue creating more in-depth analyses and critiques of the movies you love. Thank you again for your support.